And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream here on the Film Stock channel. Today is Wednesday, March 18th, 6 p.m. on the dot. I started on time today. I'm here to hang out and answer your questions. It's good to see you guys in here. I haven't done one of these live streams I think it was January. I tried to do one in February, but the issue was the live chat wasn't working. I can already tell it is. I see people typing in here right now. Phenomenal. Good to see you guys in here. Welcome in. There was some sort of bug. It was like an AI glitch. I looked it up. I wasn't crazy. It was happening all across YouTube. Apparently, there was like some AI filter. So I'm knocking on wood. Hopefully, that doesn't take over. It was very bizarre. I really had never seen anything like it. It was strange. It was scary times. But no, it's good to see you guys in here. Welcome in, everybody. It is now 6:01 p.m. I got my water. As for those who know, I got my hand a water bottle. Can't go wrong with hydration. No Diet Dr. Pepper tonight. I already had plenty today. So I'm buzzing off caffeine already. But no, if you guys are new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. What these are basically is just hanging out, answering your questions, talking movies, talking shows, food, life, sports, whatever you want to bring up. Fire off your questions. I will get to as many as I can. There's no way I'll be able to get to every single question. But again, I will try and get to as many as I can. And Super Chat is the way to go to guarantee that I can get to your question, comment, or concern. But I think that's pretty much all the groundwork. Oh yeah, hit that like button if you guys are in here. Helps out tremendously. And let's do this thing. Let's do it. And there's that message again. Boom. Super Chat guarantees I can get to your question, comment, concern. The first question here from Declan says, what is your excitement level for Doomsday on a scale of 1 to 10? And do you think it makes $2 billion? $2 billion is rarefied air. The only $2 billion films, to my knowledge, are Avengers Endgame, Avatar 2. And maybe one or two more. I think there's only 3 or 4 $2 billion films in existence off the top of my head. I know No Way Home did 1.9 billion. It didn't have the Chinese release. If it did, it would have done 2 billion. I don't think, I don't think it does 2 billion. I think it does like 1.7 to 1.9, which is an incredible achievement, by the way. Yeah, I think it's going to make bank. I mean, having that release in December, being an Avengers film, first Avengers film post Endgame, yeah, it's going to do numbies. Absolutely. Regarding my personal excitement, I mean, I would probably say it's so weird because like I'm obviously excited for the movie. We don't know a lot about it. And so it's hard for me to get like genuinely, I am fully excited for the movie. It's just like, it's not a 10 out of 10. It's more like an 8.5, 9. I'm ready. I'm right there. We need the official trailer for me to get fully pumped and jazzed. You know what I mean? Certainly is a lot to discuss. Leanna, always good to see you here. Welcome in. I'm also very pumped for Brand New Day. That trailer was awesome. I've watched it 5 times minimum. I've seen it a bunch today. I just kept rewatching it after it came out. Josh says, I've done nothing but rewatch Stranger Things since it ended. Even did an interesting thing where I went right to season 5 after season 1 and 2, which made me appreciate how alike they are. Yeah, certainly. Season 1 and 2, I've said this before and I stand by it. Season 1 and 2 of Stranger Things are their own era of the show. I think there's the season 1 and 2 era. Then you got season 3, 4, and 5 as their own distinct chapters. 1 and 2 are in closest proximity to releasing, right? You waited the least amount of time between seasons. The kids look the most similar in age, but also aesthetically, they're very similar in my opinion. Like that is like the first era of Stranger Things. And so I certainly see what you're saying there. Starcourt's in the house. Shout out, Jacob. Yes, the chat is working. So far, so good. Welcome. Good to see you guys in here. Hope all is well. Have you seen Severance? I have. Yeah, Severance is awesome. I've seen both seasons. I don't know when season 3 is coming out, which alarms me. That is kind of the new norm in television and frankly movies now. I was talking about this with a couple friends on the phone today. Movie sequels, the wait between them, it's becoming longer and longer as time goes by. And for some reason, that's not how things used to be. Growing up, from 2000 to 2015, we'll say, a movie sequel, the longest you would wait, and it would be rare, is 3 years. Normally, you're waiting 1 to 2 years and you're getting that sequel. I look at the Hunger Games films, Pirates of the Caribbean 2 and 3, Lord of the Rings, even Iron Man. I mean, you barely waited. Now it's like, 2021, a Spider-Man movie comes out. The next one's 2026. The Batman, you got 2022 and maybe 2027. Beyond the Spider-Verse, it might never come out. And that's another 5-year wait probably. And so it's just kind of getting absurd. But no, regarding Severance, I have seen it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would say Severance season 2 was in my top 3 show. It was one of the best shows I watched last year, which feels like it was 2 years ago, but it was technically around Excuse me, I think it was around this time last year it was actually coming out. We have our first super chat. Thank you, Elizabeth. Shout out, Elizabeth. Thoughts on the next few Star Wars movies? I think Star Wars is... How do I say this? I love Star Wars. I do. I have a little display section of Star Wars right here. It's my childhood. But where the franchise is at currently is it's the decisions that have been made are indefensible. There's no clear trajectory for the franchise. There's no clear game plan. It's disgusting. It really is. And I'm rooting for Mando and Grogu, but I think Mando and Grogu is very clearly a case of, hey, we had a fourth season of this show. And maybe we did. Maybe we had a full season. Let's take some ideas from that, squeeze it into about a 2-hour-long movie and throw it in theaters and try to make as much money as possible. And it's kind of worked for Disney. Business-wise, they did that with Moana 2. There was going to be a Moana show. I don't know if you guys knew that. They said, scrap that. We'll make it into a movie. It does $1 billion. Zootopia 2, I'm pretty sure was... I might have... I've heard it's really good. I'm not at all saying anything about the quality of the movie because I haven't seen it yet. But I think it's a similar mindset of Zootopia, we don't know what to do with it. Oh, let's get a sequel out and makes money. I don't think they have a plan. That's my problem. You've got a Mando and Grogu movie, which is basically a sequel movie to a TV show that hasn't had a season since 2023, mind you. And then you've got the Ryan Gosling movie directed by Sean Levy, probably going to be like a fun space adventure. Is it going to be very Star Warsy? I don't think so. I think it's very clearly a movie that's using Star Wars as a brand. To promote itself. Basically, Star Wars is the vessel to get butts and seats, but it's not going to be a Star Wars movie at its core. That's kind of where I stand with that. So those are the next two movies. I don't think that that Rey movie is ever actually going to happen. I know they're saying there's going to be a Rey movie. I genuinely just don't. I don't know where I stand with that. I don't think it's actually going to see the light of day, truly. And so that's kind of where I'm at with Star Wars. I'm very frustrated with Star Wars. I think I don't want to spend too much time on this because a lot of you guys probably don't care about Star Wars, and I get it, honestly. I am frustrated because basically new management has come in. It's Dave Filoni seemingly taking over. I think Filoni understands Star Wars maybe better than anyone, right alongside George Lucas. He knows the lore. He's a lore guy, but he also created a bunch of these animated shows, and he can't really let go of them. And so you're getting ties to Star Wars Rebels, which was a children's show animated for Disney XD. No shot at Rebels. I thoroughly enjoy me some Star Wars Rebels. But as a business and frankly as a franchise, if you're trying to move forward and take this franchise to new heights and to a new level, if you're relying on callbacks to a 4-season Star Wars animated show that aired on Disney XD, is that really where your franchise needs to be? Like Zeb, for example. Gara Zeb Aurelios is a character who's going to be in The Mandalorian and Grogu. And how many casual people know that or are excited about that? I mean, I'm like, hell yeah, Zeb's cool, but people, I think maybe Filoni thinks that a lot of the common folk are like super into Star Wars lore and watched all of Clone Wars and watched all of that. And that's kind of the problem with Ahsoka too, is it relied on your understanding and knowledge of Clone Wars arcs and Rebels. And it's alienating in my opinion. And so that's kind of where I stand with Star Wars right now. Josh with a super chat. Thank you, Josh. Did you read the article/interview with Tales from 85 showrunner? It sounds like the monsters could be reanimated in some way based on his comments. So yeah, I kind of did see that. And I was talking about this earlier with a friend. I'm concerned about Tales from 85 slightly. Here's my concern. And here's how I'm going to alleviate that concern. My concern is this show is going to introduce some pretty wild concepts that are supposed to be canon. Like we're supposed to believe they actually took place between season 2 and 3. And to your point, it's probably going to involve reanimation or maybe some sort of chemical experiment gone wrong. And so the corpses of demodogs are experimented on, or some chemical spill brings them to life, whatever it may be. We're going to have monsters running around in Hawkins, like the Gourd Horde, for example, which are these pumpkin creatures that seem to be sprung up from the old pumpkin multiple we see in season 2. That's concerning to me because if the show is canon, meaning the events of this show take place within the world of Stranger Things and directly take place within the timeline of the live action show, it is very challenging for me to accept that between season 2 and 3, Will Byers was running around with some sort of mallet or machine gun looking weapon fighting a queen of demos. And that was never brought up in the live action show. Now, I'm aware it's a prequel. I'm aware that this show was not thought of when Stranger Things was initially running, but that's not a pass. That's not a pass. When a prequel happens, you have to work with what's already established. You can't just make up your own rules. And so my alleviation of my concern comes in this way. I don't I don't care if the show's canon or not. I'm not going to view it as such. That's what I'm saying. So if they come out and say, yes, this actually happened, we're supposed to believe that they fought these monsters between season 2 and 3, and it's not a D&D campaign, which we'll talk about in a second. That at that point, I'm not accepting that as, I'm saying this didn't happen. I'm going to view it as this is a fun, this is a fun series. It's like a what if type thing where these are the characters we love. It's the world we love. But it's going to be really hard for me to accept if the show's trying to tell me, yeah, by the way, between season 2 and 3, 11 fought this monster at a sawmill and the pumpkins came to life like something out of Halloween Town. And that just never came up again. I can't believe that. And so if it's not a D&D campaign, which is what I want it to be, that way we can still have a canon show and have the kids interacting and progress their relationships. That's cool. But if it's all not a D&D campaign, then I would probably be a little concerned. Hello, Cam.
I wanted to say hi to your chat. I was bored.
Cam saying hi.
Has anyone asked anything I could answer for fun?
Do you have any thoughts on the current state of? I mean, I already answered this. How about this? Who do you love more, Johnny Lawrence or Jim Hopper? Hopper. I mean, this is no question, but maybe it is for you. I love Johnny Lawrence, by the way, but Hopper is my man.
Yeah, I'm just not like as
That is true.
Connected to Hopper as you particularly are. I really like where Johnny Lawrence ended up.
That's a valid point.
Not a big fan of Hopper being slip and slidle in season 5. If you catch my drift, I didn't want to say anything on your stream that would get you negative views in the eyes.
It took me a while to figure out where you're going with that one. I'm aware. Yeah, the vest. I think it's
Hopper.
Yeah, I think it's Hopper, but I love Johnny, and I always feel bad. Anytime someone asks me, "What are your thoughts on this?" Cobra Kai versus Stranger Things. I pick Stranger Things every time, but I still thoroughly enjoy Cobra Kai. It's just there are levels, to me. Let's see, where was I in the chat? I already answered some of these. Yeah, so I kind of just touched on this a little bit. I'm kind of concerned, but I'm also accepting that it's just like a fun what if type thing, no matter what they say. Chris, do you like Scream 7 better than Scream 3? No, I think Scream 7 is easily the worst Scream. What's my most hyped movie of 2026? The Odyssey. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey.
You know mine is?
Hunger Games, Sunrise on the Reaping?
Yeah.
I got to read the book. I think I actually will.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a reader
I can say that now, and it holds weight because I read Project Hail Mary.
It
holds weight.
It held nothing.
Hello there. We are back. I'm excited for Tales from 85. I'm intrigued. I am genuinely excited to watch more Stranger Things, but I'm not going in blindly thinking it's not gonna be of the quality of season 1 through 5. It's a completely different ballgame. Love this question, Chris. What do you think will be the top 3 highest grossing movies of 2026? Phenomenal question. Go ahead.
Sunrise on the Reaping.
Okay. I think Sunrise on the Reaping makes more than Ballad.
Oh, well,
because of the. I mean, they can market it as this is Haymitch. It's characters people know.
It's built off of there's so many people that waited until Ballad came out on streaming, and it was like they're like, damn, I should have saw this in theaters. And I think it's got the back of Ballad as well as characters that people recognize.
And the cast is also
incredibly stacked.
I mean, it really is. Kieran Culkin is just one name, but there's multiple Oscar winners. Ray Fiennes, Elle Fanning, a nominee. You've got
Maya Hawke. Who plays Mags.
McKenna Grace is a huge pull for the younger audiences. She's going to be a superstar. She already kind of is.
Sure she is. Who is playing Mags, Chris?
Maya Hawke.
No.
Oh.
She's Wyrus.
Oh, the girl from The Conjuring.
Idiot. Yeah.
She's not really a big pull, but not Vera Farmiga.
I just can't remember. I can remember
the other.
If she was a big enough actress or not.
Fair.
I'm sure I'm going for Kieran Culkin.
So what are your picks genuinely? 3 highest grossing movies.
The Odyssey.
Interesting. I don't think so.
Remind me what's coming out.
Doomsday.
Oh.
that's very clearly one of mine. Doomsday. I think Spider-Man.
Screw Doomsday.
I think Spider-Man.
I think Spider-Man outgrosses.
Actually, I take that back. Here's what it is. It's Avengers Doomsday. It is Moana live action.
That comes out this year.
July. And it is it might be this upcoming Super Mario movie. Those movies do numbies. No competition for all of April, essentially, in my opinion. I don't think Michael. I think Michael does well. I don't think Michael's not a top
Michael
3.
Could shock you though.
It could. And maybe truly, maybe I'm ignorant. I don't know if Michael has in this. I don't know. I think Michael does very well domestic. Does it have the worldwide appeal? It probably does, but I think it's more of a domestic box office hit.
I'm excited for Michael.
We'll see. I could be delusional.
Answer that question.
Have you watched The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
He has not.
This isn't you on a burner account, right?
No.
I'm messing.
I pull him into the room when I want him to watch a scene. Yeah. I'm an avid Secret Lives of Mormon Wives watcher. He will be watching Taylor Frank.
I'm present when it's on, and I'm actually kind of intrigued.
You'll be watching The Bachelorette with me.
I actually am.
And my take is I care about none of these women except for Michaela. She's my favorite. The rest of them I don't care about.
I have no thoughts, no comments really, except the fact that it's a successful reality show because people like to watch trashy people just do. It's entertaining at times. It's background noise.
They're building a swig near us soon.
Yeah.
I want a swig. I told your sister-in-law about how there's a swig in Florida, kind of, sort of like 20-ish minutes from where we're staying for my bachelor party, and she was like, "Should we go?"
Did you see Spider-Man trailer? Yes, I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I thought it was a banger, honestly. I did. I reacted to it. I made a couple TikToks about it.
What was your favorite part of the trailer?
What do you think?
I don't know.
I want you to guess for real. See if you know me. You got to think about it.
Like a very specific moment?
Yep. Involving not Spider-Man, but I guess he's technically.
Oh, okay, Punisher. Sorry, I was like, maybe the scenes of him swinging.
Yeah, it was Punisher. I just when he was gonna say mother, and then he got cut off with the web. Funny. That I just think that is a beautiful way to be like, we're having a TVMA R-rated character in this movie, but we're gonna make it work.
Oh, can I tell them when I finish watching today? No spoilers, obviously. I wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, sure.
I watched. Because we got screeners. I just finished Daredevil Born Again Season 2 today. All I'll say is I'll be very curious to see if they mention anything from how that ended in Born Again. Not Born Again. Brand New Day.
There you go.
Same diff.
There you go.
Both being born. And
lips are sealed past that. Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Review next week coming for Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Am I going to watch something very bad's going to happen? I might. This is the Duffers produced show. Upside Down Pictures, I think is what it's called. Not Productions, Upside Down Pictures, I want to say. I didn't even know he was in here. Hey, buddy. Is he out of it? Is he tired?
No.
Indie cameo.
Whoa.
He's like, whoa. He's like, I'm alive. You're so silly, buddy. Come here. Sherpa rub. Oh. Yeah, I'm probably going to check it out. It comes out in a couple weeks, 2 weeks maybe. I'm intrigued. It's not something I'm dying to watch, but I probably will end up checking it out anyway. We got a super chat in here. 2 of them, actually. Shout out, Matt. I'm pumped for Spider-Man as well, dude. Hope all's well with you. I saw the potential candle you'll be dropping associated with it. I would love to see what that smells like because I love a good candle. Love a good candle, man. The Dusty Bun one, I loved that candle. That was my favorite candle. Caleb says, have you thought about reviewing fans' letterboxed profiles on stream similar to Wothello?
Wait, that'd be really funny.
That would be fun. Never say never. Yeah, he has done that, hasn't he?
Yeah. Do you have the capacity to share a screen?
I'd have to look. It'd probably have to be something I prep for. Like I'd have to
obviously.
Like it wouldn't be something I want to do right now spontaneously. But no, that could be fun.
Answer the March Madness question.
Yeah, that could be a lot of fun. You might have to jot that down, Caleb. That's a good point. Thank you for the super chat. Robert, love the Mufasa profile pic as always. I recognize it. I know you from the streams. Are you big on March Madness? If so, who's your pick?
Not big on it, but we do have picks with our families.
Yep.
I have Duke to win.
I do too. I pick Duke almost every year. They probably won't win, but I do it every year anyway. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of college basketball, especially regular season. I try and tune into March Madness. But I college football is really what I devote most of my time and energy to regarding sports consumption. The older I get, especially, I've streamlined focus on that, which is only a few months of the year. And so my stress levels aren't going out of control. I feel like if I was diehard every sport, it would be very bad for my health. And I already have an unhealthy relationship with college football. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. Do you think we'll see Sadie Sink in more Spider-Man movies? That'd be sick. I mean, I hope we see her in the Marvel Cinematic Universe more than just one movie. It's all but confirmed she's probably Jean Grey based on what we've seen and heard. That alone sets her up for 10 more years. I mean, she could be in a trilogy of X-Men films. She could be in, she's going to be in some Avengers movies. So she clearly has to have a big role, in my opinion.
He might fall asleep here.
He might. He's just chilling. All right. I missed some good ones here I want to get to.
We'll leave you to it. Say bye, Andy.
Did you like Welcome to Derry better than the finale of Stranger Things? No. I like Welcome to Derry, but I think Welcome to Derry, and I have a buddy who shares the same sentiment. I enjoyed it. I reacted to it here on the channel. I think Welcome to Derry is slightly overhyped because there was some initial jump for some reason for people to immediately say it's better than Stranger Things. I don't know where that came from. They're very different shows. I think Welcome to Derry is better than It 1 and 2. That's praise right there. I think Welcome to Derry being the best It thing we've ever gotten to me is high praise. I really like the Stranger Things finale. And I like the final season as a whole. It's flawed, obviously. Nothing is perfect. But no, I preferred season 5. And yeah, that probably comes from the fact that I'm deeply invested in these characters and this story more than I am with Welcome to Derry. But yeah, that's where I stand. I think Welcome to Derry had an extremely slow start to the season. I reacted to it if you guys want to see my thoughts on the whole thing. Do you think we'll ever have another show like Stranger Things? I don't think so. I really don't know. It came out at the perfect time. 80s nostalgia was kind of peaking. Like people were really interested in that. And it was just so special. It was like right when, like it was before Netflix was what it is now. And so really it's like, we probably won't have another special show like that for a long time. I don't think there are many shows that are going to run 5 seasons is like the max nowadays, I feel. Got a couple more super chats rolling in. Shout out Jake. It has been a while, man. Hope all is good with you, dude. I remember vividly, man. Yeah, you have been here since day one. I remember back in 2020 COVID streams, you were in here, dude. So shout out you, man. Hope all's well. Been grinding college. A new short film coming next month. Round of applause. I've tried to check out a good bit of your stuff. I have some catching up to do still. But as I say, man, every time I check something out, it's dope. So keep at it, dude. That's awesome. And it's been 6 years since my first live stream. I think I streamed for the first time in the spring of 2020. I want to say it was March or April of 2020. So it has been nearly 6 years, my friend. So thank you for sticking around. And again, hope all's well with you, dude. Good day. Love to hear that, by the way. Keep going, dude. Love it. Love it. Ooh, Star Wars fanboy, always good to see you in here, man. I love the Luke Skywalker profile pic. I think I say that every time. There's probably a compilation. You could make a compilation, I should say, of how many times I've mentioned that. Hey, Chris, which July movie are you more excited for, The Odyssey or Brand New Day? I'm very excited for both. It goes without saying. I'm kind of buzzing from Brand New Day because it's very recent. I mean, the trailer came out about 12 hours ago, roughly. So, I mean, that's fresh on my mind. Of course, I'm pumped for that. I have to lean The Odyssey, though. There's something about a Christopher Nolan movie for me that is truly an event. There's no director like him, in my opinion, today. And I have immense respect for, I mean, I think Spielberg's still working it. He's got a movie coming out this year. I think that he is an all-time great. He's not at the level he once was. And then, of course, I have tons of respect for Denis. But I hold Nolan in higher regard. This is no shock. I know that my buddy and I kind of butt heads on that jokingly. Shout out Starcourt. but no, I think that when Nolan makes a movie, Hollywood and the world have to check it out. And I think The Odyssey, with the truly monumental cast it has, in addition to the potential technical achievements and advancements in filmmaking we're going to witness, it has to be The Odyssey. I'm beyond excited for that movie. I don't need to see anything else from it. I've seen the trailer. I'm good. They don't need to sell me anymore. His name sells. The IP sells. I mean, The Odyssey is one of the oldest stories out there, and the star-studded cast sells. That movie's going to be special, I think. I can't wait. There's a chance. I'm supposed to go see Project Hail Mary again tomorrow. I've already seen it. I have a review. Check it out. I'm going to see it again tomorrow. IMAX, first time. First time I saw the movie, it was kind of on a weak screen. I'm not going to lie. It was one of the early press screenings, and it wasn't even in Dolby. It was kind of a weak screen. I was like, what are we doing here? So I'm going to IMAX. I'm sitting relatively close to the front because I want my entire field of vision to be the movie. And so I'm probably doing that tomorrow afternoon. But anyway, I'm more excited for the Odyssey. Caleb with a huge super chat. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. That means a lot. In the past year, I have spent $2,000 on movies because I watch your Blu-ray collections and I wanted to expand mine. Well, I influenced somebody out there to buy physical media. I'm proud of that. That's awesome, man. I will say this. If you're collecting physical media, this goes for you, Caleb. This goes for anybody who is currently a collector or wants to be a collector. My biggest piece of advice, and it took me a while to kind of get on board with this when I first started collecting Blu-rays in like the 2015, 2016 era, I was low-key snobby. I'd be like, I have to buy new. I don't want this to be pre-owned. For years now, eBay, Mercari, or going to used books and movie stores is the way to go. You can find gems for cheap. I mean, it's one of my addictions that I've actually I've rediscovered is collecting the Disney animated films with slipcovers. Something about the glistening slipcover and then the perfect spines lining up on the shelf. It does something to me. It does. And I have ordered more Blu-rays this year than I have in years past. I probably will have enough in the collection to do an updated Blu-ray collection like next year or later this year. But I mean, I went hard in like February. I had a couple Disney movies I bought, and then I ordered like Lion King 2 and Lion King 1.5 with their original slipcovers because those are childhood movies. And I was like, yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to watch them again anytime soon, but I want to own them. So I did that. I went hard on I got a TV show, 11/22/63. I watched that. I got the miniseries on Blu-ray. You can find some great stuff on eBay. That was like $13. So you can find some really good stuff on eBay. Mercari actually is my preference. I prefer Mercari, but I used to go hard on eBay. That's where I got like my original print slipcovers for a lot of the MCU in high school for me, which would be 2017, 2018. I got all the MCU movies. I got like the Incredible Hulk slipcover, lenticular with the green case. I got that from eBay. So that's awesome to hear. I hope you keep pursuing collecting physical media. It's so much fun. It's addicting. Obviously, be smart with your funds, but man, it's great. There's nothing like opening a Blu-ray, especially a new one, with that wrapper, and it just comes off so clean. You open it up, maybe even it's like opening a book. You know how book pages smell good? The inside of a Blu-ray case, it smells good. So, yeah, awesome. I hope I can do another Blu-ray collection down the line. I definitely garnered more, so I have more to discuss at some point for sure. But thank you so much for the super chat. It's very kind. Bills by Hunter with the super chat. Thank you, man. Says, do you have any anticipation for Monsters Inc. 3, Coco 2, and Incredibles 3? Just cash grabs, or is there good stories that can be told? I think on paper they're all made with the intention of making money, and they will, frankly. So like business brain on, yeah, they're going to make money, and they're smart moves. They're smart calls. I think of the three, the one with the most story to tell is Incredibles 3. Incredibles needed a trilogy yesterday, right? I don't know why they didn't immediately get to work on a third film after the success of Incredibles 2. It's a superhero. They're a superhero family. You can shift the focus to any of the characters really to be the main character of the film, right? In the second movie, Elastigirl kind of took on the lead role. The first one's more about the whole family dynamic, but Bob Parr is kind of the headliner. You could play around with infinite stories. You could have a time jump. You could age up Dash and Violet. You could age up Jack to make him the age of Dash in the first movie. You could I think that's what you kind of need to do. You might need to age them up. And if you don't want to, then just tell a fresh story. But I think there's a lot of room. Time jump is something they could play around with. I think that would be fitting, especially if this is like the end of the trilogy. It could be, older Dash, older Jack, and even like maybe older Mr. Incredible and like a passing of the mantle type thing. You know what I mean? So I think there's a lot of story to tell there. Then I would say Monsters Inc. 3 has potential because it's really Monsters Inc. 2. Monsters University is a prequel, so it's really a sequel. And for those who don't know, there was a sequel for Monsters Inc. lined up years ago. I think it was called Lost in Scaradise. I want to say something with Scaradise, and it was scrapped, and they like had it fully outlined. I think they should just do that. I know they have the Monsters at Work show. I have not seen it. I've seen like an episode. I lied. I've seen one episode years ago, but no, I want to check that out when that comes out. Obviously, I will watch it. And then you've got the second Coco. Apologies, you guys hear some sirens outside. The second Coco is probably the least compelling story wise because I think Coco. Sorry about those sirens, by the way, but Coco 1 sounds weird to say that. It's kind of like an Up or Ratatouille where there's like a definitive ending to the story, and it was so emotionally moving and compelling that I can't see them topping it. It's not really set up for a sequel, so that's the one of those three where I'm like, I don't know what story to tell, but I think they're all going to make money at the end of the day. Caleb with another super chat says, I got all mine on Amazon when they were on sale. I'm at 242 movies. It's a list on my Letterboxd. Hell yeah. Letterboxd lists are fun. Let me tell you, those are super fun. And Amazon has some great deals on physical media. It saddens me because I used to love to go to Best Buy or Target and buy Blu-rays. Those just aren't on shelves anymore. There's something about going and buying them physically. I think what makes up for that is going to the used stores. You can find some great deals on old out of print titles. But Amazon has some good stuff. I get some 4K deals on Amazon sometimes, man, especially around Black Friday. If you want to like stock up on Blu-rays, just wait for the sales. You can do damage. I have a list on my phone, and every now and then I'm like, I'm just going to buy 7 today. Like I bought like 8 Blu-rays in February off Amazon. I was like, these have been on my list for a while. I'm just going to do it. And so I did it. And I think I got like Stand By Me. I finally got Almost Famous. These are movies that had been on my list forever. And I was like, I'm just going to pull the trigger on them. I hadn't done a water break the whole time. Don't know how I didn't. But no, yeah, Blu-ray collecting, dude, it is a blast. All right, let's do a speed round. For those who don't know what that is, I'm going to run through these questions really quickly. Hey, Chris, when is your next Stranger Things rewatch? Mine is soon. I'm really missing it. Currently undergoing a season 5 rewatch. For those who don't know, I did a rewatch series on my Patreon called Stranger Things Rewind. You've probably heard me mention it if you're a frequenter of the streams. And we fired that back up. We have one episode out now. We're rewatching season 5 on like a week-to-week basis and diving into it, not from through the lens of like what's to come, because that's what we did with season 1 through 4. It's more like it's a retrospective thing. It's like, what do we think now? What would they have changed? It's almost like a therapy session. I still love the show. I think season 5 is awesome, but there are undeniably things now that the Justice said, I'm like, I would have done this differently. I theorized for years with all you guys on the channel. And looking back now, like I'm not in the heat of the moment, I can say, yeah, I think this theory I had was cool. And I think they could have done something with that. Whereas in the heat of the moment, you can't process things like that fully. Time is really the teller of all, right? So I had to wait. And now I'm like, yeah, I would change this. I would do this differently. I don't agree with this. Was this necessary? But I still adore it, if that makes sense. Will I watch From? Everyone talks about this show. I don't know if I'm going to check it out or not. I have a lot of shows I'm currently watching. I'm actually doing a rewatch of The Boys right now because season 5 comes out April 8th. And so I'm doing a rewatch of that. But yeah, I'm trying to, I've watched way more television than movies this year. It's not even close. I've been cranking television shows this year. I watched Peaky Blinders, which was phenomenal. It's in my top 7 shows. It's in my top 10 comfortably. Favorite shows of all time. I saw the movie in theaters. I'm gonna have a video on it this week because it comes out on Netflix this week. I wanted to wait, but yeah, I've been watching so much television. Yeah, we'll get a second trailer for Brand New Day for sure. It'll probably be in June or probably May, actually, if I had to guess, right before like the May summer movie season kicks in. What are your thoughts on them purposely hiding Sadie Sink's role? Probably smart because she's going to have a huge role. And so they're definitely going to want to conceal that until at least the next trailer. We kind of touched on this earlier, Stacy, if you want our thoughts. Cam was here. She speaks better on it than I do. Happy birthday. Thank you. I'm glad you could make it. Happy birthday. Hope it's been a good day. Am I excited for Jamie Kimmel Bower's song tomorrow? I didn't know he had a song coming out tomorrow, but I might have to give it a listen. Thoughts on season 5 after 3 months? I still thoroughly enjoy the season. Like I kind of hinted at earlier, I have some issues with it. It is probably now, I am willing to say, of the 5, it is at the bottom of my ranking. I had it at 4th. It is at the bottom of my ranking now. And that is not this season's trash take. It's just as a whole. I love season 3. I made that clear. It's just leading up to season 5, I was like 3 is the least connected. 3 is the least connected. When you look back, I mean, 1 through 4 have a connectivity, and 5 is 5's just different. And I pinned this. I pinned this when I rewatched episode 1. The reason I feel this way is because season 5, for all of its highs and great moments, it loses a bit of sort of the charm and the nostalgic 80s feel of the other 4 seasons because Hawkins is kind of in ruins. There's this military presence, hard lockdown, quarantine underway, and we don't really get like the classic 80s feel. It truly is, and I've said this from the moment the episodes came out, it lacks the needle drops, and because of that, it loses a bit of sort of the charm and the escapism feel of seasons 1 through 4. The magic slightly turned down, if that makes sense. Not in a bad way. We still get our moments with it. But that's why I think I have it at the bottom. It still gives me some awesome. I wept when those credits rolled, and I adore the way our characters rode off into the sunset at the end, most of them. But I think of the 5, it has to be at the bottom for me. I've seen Andor season 1. I have not seen season 2 yet. It's on my list. Do I think the Odyssey will make $2 billion? I don't. Honestly, I don't know if it would even make $1 billion. That's my take. I have Duke winning my bracket. Will that actually come true? Probably not. Joe says, when do you think the first Cobra Kai spinoffs will come out? I'm going to be honest with you, Joe. I don't think they're going to do them anymore. Excuse me. And I hate to say that, but I think Netflix has other priorities. And from what I gathered, the creators have kind of moved on. I don't know what story there is to tell. Cobra Kai near the end kind of got its budget cuts. From what I've had conversations with people who were like kind of in the know with production, like friends of mine in the creation space or just mutuals who like knew the creators of the show. I won't name names or go too in depth, but I've heard that there were budgetary restrictions on that show, especially like the creators had visions for what they wanted things to be like, and they couldn't even make that happen because they didn't have the money. And so it seems like by the end, Netflix was like, we're grateful for our run with Cobra Kai, but they were kind of like, it was like a mutual thing of, okay, it's time to end the story. And so I don't know if we're going to get any more, but I'm okay with that. I'm at peace with that because I think the finale of Cobra Kai is a perfect way to end that show. I think we have a few more super chats rolling in here. We do. Caleb with another one. My most recent is the Blu-ray Cobra Kai Complete Collection. I'm so jealous, dude. I've wanted to order that. I haven't yet because I was going to do it. Oh, you know what? I got to show you guys one of my polls recently. It's a legendary poll from Mercari. I got to have Cam. I'm going to have Cam bring it in here. Are you able to bring me? Let's see. It's a legendary poll. It's a set that's out of print. And I wanted it forever. I literally, there's an old Blu-ray hunting video of me literally holding this in the plastic at Best Buy, and I could never find it. I could never find the damn thing. I finally found a new copy on Mercari, like wrapped. Pretty good bargain for what it is. Like knowing it's out of print, knowing it's a 3-film collection in 4K, and I ordered the sucker, and I'm so happy I did. And it's gorgeous. It might be one of my favorite Blu-ray sets. And so I'm going to have Cam bring it and I'm going to show it to you guys. But no, I want the Cobra Kai Complete series. I'm going to get it at some point. Point being, I was going to order on Amazon and it was sold out. So I think it might be back in stock. I need to order that at some point for sure because I want to own like all my favorite TV shows. But thank you, Cam. But look at this thing of beauty. So this is the Karate Kid collection. It is the trilogy and it is a freaking work of art. I'm serious. So this is the front. Here's the spine. Karate Kid collection 1, 2, 3. This is the front. This is the back, though, guys. Can you admire that real quick? Kreese and Johnny. You got some Chosen. You got a little Terry Silver. You got Mike Barnes. You got the classic pose, All Valley up top. And then these are the movies, and they all have their own individual slips. They're kind of hard to get out, but Karate Kid 1, 2, and 3. That is a Blu-ray set right there, ladies and gentlemen. And 4K technically, and so I was so happy when I found that. I was like, yeah. So yeah, long story short, I need to order the Cobra Kai collection. Sam's in here, says, what is your wildest theory about Wednesday season 3, and do you think the gap between season 1 and 2 is forgivable? Let us know. Great question. I would say the gap between season 1 and 2 is a bit too long for my liking. Yeah, you could say there was, the strike in there, and that probably set it back 6 months. But for Wednesday isn't a show about spectacle, really. It's a smaller character-driven show. Yeah, the finales usually have like bigger set pieces, But for Wednesday, to me, that's a show they could be cranking out annually. I think they should get to that point where you're doing a season of Wednesday a year if you want to continue. I mean, I can't fathom waiting 3 more years for another season. It's not Stranger Things. It's not Game of Thrones. It's not even like the Lord of the Rings show where there are these huge VFX spectacle moments or 2-hour-long episodes. The episodes are 50 minutes to an hour typically. And I think that it's just a show that could be coming out a bit faster. I say that about a lot of TV shows now, but I think the gap's fine. They are shortening it between 2 and 3, thankfully. I think we're only going to have to wait until like May of 2027. So technically less than 2 years, but close to 2 years. That's better than 3, you know what I mean? But yeah, my wildest theory for season 3, probably... it's not really even a theory. It's just, I think they're going to adapt something from one of the animated Addams Family movies where that Cyrus is going to be played by Noah Thomas, who is Sabini in Peaky Blinders. I think that character is probably going to try and convince Wednesday that she is his biological daughter, if that makes sense. I think it's going to get crazy. I think it could be pretty crazy. I also don't know if we're going to go to Nevermore all that much. It might be a summer season. How cool would that be? So yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested for sure. I think the Odyssey will get close. I think that it won't pass Oppenheimer because it won't have the push of Barbenheimer. Favorite Straw Hat of One Piece live action, if you finished it yet. I still have to finish season 2. I'm watching through that right now. My favorite is Zoro. I love Zoro. He's my favorite character in the whole show. Thoughts on episode lengths for Tales of 85? It seems like they're all going to be about 20 to 30 minutes, which is fair considering it is an animated show. And that's right. I honestly wouldn't want them to be longer. Truly, it's an animated series. It's comparable to the Clone Wars or Rebels, where those episodes are 20 to 25 minutes. With animation, I don't think you can have episodes be much longer than that without feeling the runtime more. Sorry for the sirens outside. Something must be going on somewhere around here. Am I going to play Marvel's Wolverine when it comes out? It's certainly tempting. Looks awesome. Wolverine's a badass. Looks like basically the Spider-Man game with Wolverine. All right. Do you think Ellie and Joel or Hopper and Elle have a better dynamic? Hopper and Elle. If you're asking me the first game, I would maybe say Ellie and Joel have great, but season 1 and 2, Hopper and Elle is unmatched in my opinion. And I mean, we would get 5 seasons of them, so they have more, I guess, scenes together, more depth on screen. I love Steve more than Miguel. See, I love me some Cobra Kai, but anytime you pin it against Stranger Things, I always just lean Stranger Things. Rank these 5 ships from worst to best. Lumax would be 1, Malevolent would be 2, and those are the only 2 that end up together, right? Yeah. Then we'll just do, I guess we'll just do those. The others are kind of silly now, huh? In retrospect. Stancy versus Jancy. It was a fun time. Kind of played out towards the end though, no? More excited for The Boys or Daredevil? The Boys. I'm watching season 1 again right now. I'm watching them all, but I'm rewatching season 1. And season 1 of The Boys is probably the best season. Okay, I don't know if people are ready to have that conversation. I don't know. I think most people say season 3. I think it's season 1 or 2. I think those are the 2 best seasons of that show. All right. Where was I? Do I like the It franchise? I enjoy the sorry, my phone was blowing up. Do you yeah, I like the first movie. The second movie stepped down in quality, and then Welcome to Derry was quite enjoyable. Ooh, what do you think the unexpected breakout movie of the year will be? It has to be a movie that's really on no one's radar if it's going to be an unexpected breakout movie of the year. There's one on my watch list on IMDb. Hold on. This is my answer. If I can find, if my IMDb page would load, I would tell you. I think the unexpected breakout movie of the year, and this is a bold take, kind of. I don't know if I feel confident in it. Is called The Great Beyond. It's directed and written by J.J. Abrams. It stars Glenn Powell, Jenna Ortega, Samuel L. Jackson, Emma Mackey. A young newlywed couple struggles to survive against a supernatural entity. It comes out November 13th. That's my answer. I don't know why. It's just one of the movies on my watch list that is kind of not talked about. So I'll say that as it stands right now. Okay. I've seen Castaway once. It's a great movie. I own it on Blu-ray. It is a tragedy for sure. Wilson! I've only seen it once. It's not very rewatchable, but it's a movie that I will revisit again in time. Who's your favorite composer? Right now, Ludwig Göransson. All time, probably. I mean, it's a coin toss at that point between John Williams and Hans Zimmer. I think Ludwig's already cementing himself as a legend with 3 Oscar wins, by the way. Currently working, it has to be him. It has to be him. I'm going to take a water break, and there's a train that's about to come by, so I'm going to mute my mic for like 2 seconds. So give me 1 second. It's loud anyway. We'll move on. It'll be fine. Apologies for the loud noise. There's a loud train coming by. But Ludwig, right now, probably my favorite working composer. Who's your favorite Spider-Man? It's such a coin toss. I always cop out when I get asked this. My favorite movies, Toby. It really depends on the day. I'm so serious. It's like Andrew or Toby for me. I love Tom as well, but I just think Andrew's a perfect Spider-Man. He really is. I've seen every season of Bridgerton except the new one. That includes Queen Charlotte, by the way. Never saw Secret Life of Pets. You know that? Never did. Never did. With the 10-year anniversary of Stranger Things just this July, do you think we'll get anything new or fun? Or are we too close to them closing out the show to revisit it in a big way? I think we might get like bloopers or maybe more behind-the-scenes footage from season 5. But honestly, you know what? We might get something for the spinoff. Maybe some like special edition collectibles, like a Funko or something like that. But I don't really think we're going to get much. It's hard to say. It is a little weird, like almost objectively weird, how silent everyone went after the season. Normally when a show ends, people are doing interviews galore and talking about it. And the Duffers kind of fell off, like not fell off creatively, but they just went off the grid. No one who started it has really talked about it all that much. I guess there was the SNL appearance of Finn, Gaten, and Caleb, but it's a little weird. Like you would think there'd be more of a celebration in the air, and it doesn't seem like there is that collective celebration yet. And it concerns me a little bit. I hope that they still discuss the show. I hope that they still do documentaries and things like, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what to expect at this point, but I'm hopeful that we'll get something on July 15th. Super Chat here says, no Sadie Sink in the trailer. Who does she play? Yeah, so we didn't see Sadie Sink's face, but it's heavily suggested that she is playing that character that's like in the green. We see her strapped down to a chair. We see her from behind wearing a hood. Heavily suggested she might be playing Jean Grey, according to a lot of reports and speculation. And we see, people getting messed with their minds and their eyes going black, kind of like something Jean Grey would have the powers to possess someone to do. So it seems like she might be Jean Grey, considering she has red hair, and she's going to be in an Avengers movie and probably the X-Men and have a bigger role down the line. Jean Grey's a safe bet, but why is she doing what she's doing is the question I ask, and I'm intrigued to see how they explain it all, honestly. All right, let's see. Shout out Jay Hayes for being a mod in here today. Thank you. Fried pickles are the best. All right. If you could make a Stranger Things season 6, what would be the plot? I don't know. I think that it would have to be... I really don't at this point, because how would it involve? And the Upside Down's gone. There's no connection to the Abyss. That's all gone. It would... I really don't know. I don't know what I would do. It would have to involve... No, everything's defeated. I really don't know. It would have to involve undoing what was done in season 5, and I'm not comfortable doing that because I think the characters ended in such a good spot. Sorry, this train is incessant right now. It just keeps coming and going, and it's loud. But you guys might not even be able to hear it. Sometimes you can't. I have not seen DTF St. Louis. I know that David Harbour is in it, though. My cat's name is Indy, I-N-D-Y, named after Indiana Jones. Definitely. Letterbox is the move. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. It's the best. Indy is a funny cat. I love that boy. All right. I predict Sadie will be an EGOT winner within 10 years. That'd be an incredible achievement for sure. I think she'll get nominated for an Emmy and Oscar down the line. I am going to be watching Tales from 85 at home simply because I'm going to probably do reactions to it, and I can't react to it if I'm in the theater. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. I can't wait to see Project Hail Mary. Yeah. It's a lot of people in my life are like, I'm going to see this movie in theaters, which is cool. It really is. These are drawings. They are not. This is from Adam's Art Box. He's the man. Go follow him on Instagram at Adam's Art Box and tell him I sent your way. He's the man. Would you ever consider watching the One Piece anime? Or even One Piece, which cuts the filler out, turning the 1,000 episodes into only 400? Maybe. And never say never. But I don't know. I'm not leaning that I'm going to watch it just because that is such a commitment. And the live action, everyone says it's kind of a streamlined version of it. So I can't decide. I lean that I'm just going to watch live action right now. Hey, Chris, since Punisher is in Spider-Man brand today, what 18+ Marvel character would you want to partner up with a normal Marvel character? A very cop-out answer is going to be Deadpool. I want to see Deadpool with Spidey. Straight up, I want to see them together on screen. I think everyone does. Would it work? I'm not sure, but I think that's what you got to do. You got to do it at some point. Deadpool and Spidey have to share a scene together. It's a must. Humor would be unreal. I haven't played Fortnite since the pandemic. Me and my friends used to play in 2020. It was electric every weekend, and it was a highlight of the week. I have not played since then. Truly haven't. All right. Do you think Joel... Oh, I already answered that one. I think Odyssey makes around Oppenheimer. It's like 950 mil. That's doable for sure. That'd be a damn impressive feat, especially without the attachment of like the push of Barbie and the marketing push of Barbenheimer. Again, I think it could make $1 billion. It's just 2 weeks later, Spider-Man comes out. That's going to, it basically has 2 weeks to make as much as it can because Moana comes out the week before, different markets entirely. Odyssey has 2 full weeks, I believe, in IMAX to make as much as it can. And then Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out. And it's like, you know? Yeah, because if it were switched, Spider-Man would have 2 weeks and then Odyssey, like, I'm pretty sure Oppenheimer's release placement was perfect because if I'm remembering this correctly, it and Barbie both released, was it in between Indiana Jones and Mission Impossible or something like that? I can't remember. Should I get on the Marvel grind? Is it worth it? Have you ever seen the MCU? Because that's a commitment if you haven't. But at this point, you have time if you full send to catch up before Doomsday. And I would say to catch up before Doomsday because it's going to be literally the talk of the town this December. Any 2027 movies you're excited for? The Batman Part 2, if it actually comes out. By far my most anticipated next year that off the top of my head. Yeah, that's my answer. That is easily my answer. I'm not counting Beyond the Spider-Verse because I hate to be a Debbie Downer. I don't think it's coming out next year. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But they've lied to us many times in the past about the film's actual release date. Borderline, not scumbag behavior, but shady behavior. Do you recommend 4K Blu-rays or normal Blu-rays fine? Normal Blu-rays are totally fine, in my opinion. If you have, I mean, that's like 1080p full HD. Like, it's a great looking picture. Way better than DVD. Way better than DVD. You can see the difference once you upgrade to Blu-ray. 4K is awesome if you have the setup, though. You have to have like the right TV and the right disc player and all these things. And but if you have the setup and the money, 4K is definitely worth it. But not for every movie. You don't need to have every movie in 4K. Just like I watched Gladiator in 4K. That was sick. I watched Wicked in 4K. That was sick. I watched like big event movies, 4K is the move. But not everything. Like, you don't need to watch, like, I don't think you need to watch. I mean, ideally anything, but like you wouldn't need to watch, The Lion King in 4K. It's an animated film. It's going to look crystal clear, awesome in Blu-ray. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Do you think there will be another Breaking Bad spinoff? I don't. I think the Breaking Bad world has come to an end. We got a super chat here. Think Chalamet can win an Oscar for Dune 3? The trailer was awesome. No. I'll tell you why. I don't think Chalamet will win an Oscar until the 2030s. And I'll tell you why. It's because of trends and because of history with the Academy. I look at someone like Leo or Pacino, or frankly, even a Bradley Cooper, who should have won an Oscar before they. Bradley Cooper hasn't won, but Leo had to wait. Pacino had to wait. The reason he won't win is because of who he's going up against. He's already got stiff competition. I honestly, I don't think he's getting nominated. And I know that's insane, but here's why. He's been nominated 2 years in a row. He was nominated for the Bob Dylan movie, A Complete Unknown. He was nominated for, what's the other one? Marty Supreme, which he should have won, in my opinion. It's beyond me that he didn't, but I really do think he should have won the Oscar. Anyway, he's lost 3 times, Call Me By Your Name, and then those 2 movies. He will not get nominated next year, and I'll tell you why. There's only 5 nominees, and the competition is stiff. I have a very strong gut feeling Tom Cruise is going to be the front runner next year. I don't know why. I am not an awards pundit. I don't work for Gold Derby. I'm not in the know. I'm not the Oscar expert. I'm just a guy. But I feel like Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu makes movies that get nominated and win Oscars. Birdman won an Oscar. Revenant won an Oscar. Leo won for The Revenant. Keaton could have won for Birdman. He didn't, but he got nominated. Both of those movies have multiple acting Oscar nominations. So I'm pretty confident in saying Tom Cruise, who hasn't done a movie that really could get him an acting nomination in a long time, is going to do that. He's going to get nominated. That's one of the 5 spots. Sebastian Stan in Fjord, I've heard he's incredible. I've heard that he's going to get nominated for that film. Then you just throw in other big dogs. I know they don't always nominate from the blockbuster movies, but if we're pulling from those at that point, Matt Damon for The Odyssey, you got Gosling for Prodigy's Hail Mary, you got Timothy for Dune 3, but then you also have just movies like Wild Horse 9 is a movie directed by Martin McDonagh, who did 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, among other films, but that's like probably his, I'd say, the best I've seen. Anyway, beside the point, Sam Rockwell, Academy Award darling, probably could get nominated. And then there's just Death of a Salesman is a movie coming out next year. It's based on the play. Jeffrey Wright, probably going to get nominated. So you do that. That's 7 or 8 guys right there. I definitely forgot a lot, and there are tons of movies I didn't even mention. And it's like, wow, are they going to nominate Timothy for playing the same character a 3rd time? Probably not. And I don't know if that's a hot take, but that's how I feel. I feel like his time will come. He's going to do something in the 2030s and win an Oscar. And maybe even the 2040s. He's a young gun. He's in his 20s. Is he 30 yet? I think he's 30, maybe. He will win an Oscar, but it might not be till he's 50. I mean, he's just going to be the next guy who doesn't win for a long time. So that's kind of my answer on the Timothée Chalamet thing. One Piece Season 2, I got another reaction coming here soon, so be on the lookout for that. It should be out this week. Episode 3, which was awesome. What's your opinion on Michael Mando? He's great as Nacho. He's incredible, underrated talent. I rewatched the scene of him from season 6 of Better Call Saul. I won't say what happens. I watched that scene often. Awesome. One of my favorite scenes in the entire show, really. It's great acting, and I'm so glad he's back as Scorpion. Hey, Chris, I just wanted to say I love your channel. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Stranger Things is my favorite show, too. Love it. I never understood people saying season 5 is garbage. I feel like it hates force. I think so. I think the hate is force. I think there was a narrative. I mean, I think people could be unpleased and think there were problems, but the people who are like, it's slop and garbage. I have your opinion is always what I say, but it became a popular social media narrative that then spilled out into the real world, where people who don't really engage with movies and shows all that often kind of just cling to the social media narrative. And this is applicable to way more than just Stranger Things. It's pretty much any movie or show that comes out. There's a Rotten Tomatoes score that drops, that gets out on Twitter, and then people have discussions with that as though that is truth and fact, when in reality, it isn't. It's a very select group of people, and they write their reviews and give it a score. And then the Rotten Tomato meter sort of aggregates that in a sense and spits out a score based on a bunch of other people's reviews. It's not, everyone gave this movie a 100%. That's not what that means. It means that it's recommended by, a percentage of the critics that saw it. And so it's all, I go on spiels all the time on live streams just about that. And so, yeah, I agree with you. It's a conversational thing too. It just becomes a popular talking point. Oh, it was terrible. It ended so poorly. Okay, whatever. All right, let's see. I think by the end of the show, I definitely leaned Jancy over Stancy. I really did. I have not seen Cold Storage, but it's on my movie catch-up list. I want to catch up on that one. There's a few 2026 releases I haven't seen, and that's one of them. Do you reckon they might go the anthology route with Stranger Things like it was originally supposed to be? I could see them doing anthology spin-off series. They could True Detective this thing. You know what I mean? I could see them doing 8 to 10 episode seasons with new characters fighting a different supernatural threat. And honestly, they could not, like, I don't know how deep into the lore they even need to get. Just give us like that small town feel again, and I'm there. Favorite Rocky movie is the original, but I'm going to tell you right now, if we're excluding that, because I think that's objectively, I can't say that. All right, everyone has their opinions. I think Rocky is the best movie. Of them all, of all the creeds, everything, I think Rocky's the best. If that is thrown out of the conversation, there's a very clear 3 that we're choosing from. And one of them is apparently a hot take. Creed 1, obviously, is in the consideration for best if we're not including Rocky. But then there are 2 Rocky sequels that need to be discussed. And you might be thinking Rocky 4. Rocky 4 is not one of them. Rocky 3. Rocky 3 is maybe the best Rocky movie. With Clubber Lang, Rocky is in hell. He's got to find that motivation, the eye of the tiger, man. He's got to find that again. He trains with Apollo, his rival in the first 2 films. It's incredible. It gives us Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. It's an all-time film. Mick goes down. It's great stuff. All-time Rocky film, all-time sports movie. Rocky 3, Creed, and Rocky 2. Rocky 2 might be better than Rocky 1. Rocky 4 is fun, but I if you turned Rocky 4 on right now, it's an hour and a half. It's basically 5 montages. I'm not kidding. There's a few moments that aren't in montage. There's like a 4-minute scene of him listening to a song called There's No Easy Way Out. And he's just driving on the highway, thinking about his life. It's montaging through his life with Adrian. There's 2. Okay, let me take that back. There's, I think, 3 fights in the film, 2 to 3 fights, and then montages and music videos, essentially, of training. And that's what it is. And it's very fun and like patriotic, but it's not, as a movie, you can't say it's better than Rocky 1, 2, or 3, Creed, or Creed 2 even, in my opinion. I think Creed 3 is by far my least favorite Creed. I have issues with Creed 3. I have beef with Creed 3. I'll be honest with you. Favorite carnival food? I don't know. Funnel cake, I guess. I don't go to the carnival much, but funnel cake came to mind when I read that, so we'll go with that. Do you use an app to watch what TV shows? My notes app on my phone. That's what I use. I don't have there's no like Letterboxd for TV, unfortunately, and so I just use the notes app on my phone, which does the job. I kind of organize it myself. I go 2026 shows I've watched, TV shows I've watched this year as a whole. I have one tab that's like every TV show I've ever seen that's over. TV shows I watched that are still ongoing with new seasons. I basically have like multiple tabs to keep tabs on the shows I'm watching because someone has to do it. I don't know why Letterboxd hasn't just made their taken the software and made it for television where you can log a show and its episodes. You can just say, hey, I watched season 2, episode 2 of The Boys tonight. Then you put your little thoughts on it and you log it in a diary. I don't know why that doesn't exist. It frustrates me to no end why I can't log the episodes of TV I watch in an app like Letterboxd every day, because I would use that. And a lot of people would use that. Frustrates me. It really gets me going, actually. Art with Eve says, hey, Chris, just started watching your One Piece reactions. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Take it easy on me for episode 7. Apparently, I almost knocked on my mic. I lost a lot of viewership with that one, apparently. People went off on me. It's unreal. But no, I enjoyed the show. And my episode 3 reaction to season 2 is coming soon. But thank you. Yeah, Zoro's awesome. Zoro's the man. Predictions for Outer Banks season 5 plot lines. I think definitely revenge is going to be at the center of it all. They're going to be chasing Chandler Groff to try and get the Blue Crown. And I have a pretty good feeling that there's going to be a time jump that potentially shows Sean B and Sarah Cameron with child. We'll see, though. We got a super chat here from Gavin. Shout out Gavin, always coming in hot. Gavin with the theme park questions. Gavin's the man. Gavin's the freaking man. Shout out Gavin. Rank these Harry Potter rides at Universal. Oh, you already know we're talking Universal. Forbidden Journey, Battle of the Ministry, Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure, and Escape from Gringotts. All right, I've done them all. Some more than others. I will start at the bottom and go to the top. At the bottom of this list for me, I've only done it once. I was unimpressed with the ride because of the wait time. The queue is the best queue I maybe ever been in. That is going to be Battle. Actually, I have to go Forbidden Journey at the bottom because of I get slightly nauseous on it. Slightly. No other ride where I'm hanging like that makes me nauseous. It's the same, essentially the same system as Monsters Unchained, which is my favorite ride at Epic. But it's a way rougher ride, and the reason the nausea comes is because you're freaking sitting at an angle and there's so many screens. Significantly less screens are used in Monsters Unchained. Monsters Unchained is a smoother ride. I never get sick on it. I did it 3 times. It's incredible. But Forbidden Journey is at the bottom. I think that it's a very immersive queue. It's in Hogwarts Castle, but that's at the bottom for me because of the nausea factor. Then I go Battle of the Ministry. Battle of the Ministry has the best queue I've ever seen. It is an achievement. You are in the Ministry Magic. It is unreal. The ride itself underwhelms by comparison because the wait, I'm not kidding. I waited 3 to 4 hours to ride it. I will never do that again. I'm sorry. I will never do that again. It was not worth the wait. I would wait 45 minutes for it. I would not wait over an hour for it. It was not worth the wait. Excuse me. Then I'm going Escape from Gringotts, which is like maybe my favorite ride in Universal Studios, like that park. Okay. That ride is so fun. I know that it's not the most thrilling and it's kind of short, but it immerses you. You feel like you're underground. The drop at the beginning is sick. I love it. It's a little too short, but that's a fun one. And then Hagrid's is the greatest ride I've ever done. For me, it's my favorite roller coaster ever done. Thematically, the queue, the thrills, the unexpected turns and twists the ride takes, the maneuvers, like it does everything you want in a ride. It's so fun. It's such a blast. That's how I would rank them. I'm actually going in May. I'm going to Universal, so I can't wait, man. It's gonna be fun. Get to ride them all. We've been going for an hour and 7 minutes. It's been a fun stream. I appreciate you guys for being here. Hit that like button. It helps out tremendously. Let's get to 100 likes. If possible, it's always a good goal I set for these streams. I've seen seasons 1 through 3 of Invincible. You know what? I think this is a safe space. And I'm saying it, and it's my opinion. I think I'm done watching Invincible. That's just how I feel. I hope that doesn't offend anyone to your core. Continue watching it and loving it if you love it, please. Okay. I'm just done with it for me. I'm done. No further questions at this time. Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul? I think the highs of Breaking Bad are higher, but I think Better Call Saul gets the edge for me, but it's very close. Okay, I've answered some of these, so we got a little repeat going on. Yes, shout out to the Patreon. It's so fun. We're enjoying the rewatch via rewind of Stranger Things Season 5. Having a blast with that. Next episode coming soon. Probably over the weekend, if I had to guess. Punisher will be downplayed in Brandon today. It depends on what your view of downplayed is. He'll still enact violence. It won't show the blood and guts or gore, and he won't be dropping F-bombs, but he'll fit in with Spider-Man, you know what I mean? Which is totally fine in my opinion. Do you think Thrawn is in the post-credit scene of Man of Grogu? Is there a post-credit scene for that movie? Is that a thing? I didn't know if it was. They could try and set up a Thrawn movie. Maybe it could try and set up Ahsoka season 2. We'll see. I want a Letterboxd for music too. Great point. Yeah, I think Letterboxd should just literally just do what you're doing with television and other forms of media. Broadway shows, do it all. So I've seen Fallout Season 1, and I really like Fallout Season 1. I haven't seen Season 2 yet, though. I need to. I'm sorry the One Piece community went off on you for episode 7. It's just because Arlong Park in the anime is really good, and they naturally had to cut off some best bits. Okay, fair, yeah. Yeah, people were like, this guy is media illiterate. And I was like, I understand what's happening. How many times have you watched Stranger Things? By the way, thank you for the kind words. I don't know. I don't have a number. Season 1, I've seen more than any of the other seasons because it was out for like a few years before like season 4 and 5, you know? I would say I've seen season 1 when it came out, showed it to those, rewatched it for Rewind, rewatched it for the tracks. I've seen season 5 maybe 7 to 10 times. Season 1. We'll go 6 to 7 times, dare I say. I hate to do it. I hated that, but yeah, I've seen season 5 the least because I've only seen it, I guess, once fully, even though I went back and watched a bunch of it with breaking it down, but I've only seen it once fully, if that makes sense. So I've seen 5 the least. And then I'd probably say I've seen 3 to 4 times fully. And then 3 I've seen a bunch, and 4 I've seen a ton, I think, just because of, I don't know. It's tough actually to say. I've seen 1 the most though. I want to do a rewatch of the Terminator franchise because I've only seen the first 2. I've only seen the first 2 movies, and that was in 2019, and I wasn't like super high on them. I know people hold Terminator 2 in high regard. I want to watch it again now with like my thoughts on media now, you know, but I liked 1 more than 2, which is a very hot take apparently, but I preferred 1 over 2 initially. I need to watch them again. Ryan with super chat. Thank you, Ryan. How long do you think they take to reverse the spell of MJ and Ned not remembering Peter in Brand New Day? Of course, I personally think it could happen at the end of this film by Jean Grey using her powers to reverse them. I think that there's a world where it happens at the end of this movie. There's also a world where they don't remember in this movie. And part of Peter's arc in this film is fully learning to move on. It would be sad, but it is, you know, he's Spider-Man and he has to make those sacrifices. And I think it would be really devastating if he has the opportunity. Maybe, you know, it would be really a gut punch if he has the opportunity and he gets to talk to MJ, you know, back to normal for a few minutes and then it all gets undone again. How gut-wrenching would that be? But he gets the moment of clarity. He can tell her this is what life's been like, and she won't remember it, but he gets to get that off his chest so he can have peace and clarity. And then he goes off to do whatever he does in the new Avengers movies. That would be something, you know, that would be something. I don't know. I have a feeling though, there's going to be some sort of reversal done, but also maybe he starts anew. He could just start anew with both of them. I couldn't tell you. It's a great question though. Great question. I have high hopes for Tales from 85 because it reminds me a lot of Clone Wars. Fair. Animation style are definitely similar. Serialized, I've heard about, but I don't know if I'm scared. If it's not Letterboxd, and I might be outside my comfort zone. Have I seen that 70 show? Every episode. Yep. What are your thoughts on Creed 2? I prefer it over 1. I like it quite a bit. I prefer Creed 1, but Creed 2, I respect that take. I think they're both almost equals. The training in Creed 2 is intense. Creed 2 is basically Rocky 3, if you want the truth. Like it's I got to come back down to earth and I got to get my shit right so I can go fight this guy again. Like that's what it is. It's going back to the basics. And so it's very similar to Rocky 3 in that sense. Venom or Punisher? Who's a better villain for Spider-Man? Venom. Punisher is kind of an alliance, an acquaintance of sorts. I don't view him as a villain. Ooh, hold on. I saw one. Where'd it go? This is the one. Frogface says, if you could only watch one film and one TV show for the rest of your life, what would you choose? TV show, I'm going Stranger Things because of the nostalgia, but also because it contains some of my favorite characters in media. One movie, it has to be very damn rewatchable, and I don't want any franchise connections. I don't want I can't watch what's next. I'm probably going to say no BS. I'm probably going to say The Social Network. That's the one. That or Back to the Future, if I could only watch one, just because like you can live in that moment. I know Back to the Future has the sequels, but maybe The Social Network, just a one-off, boom. That's that. Perfect 2 hours. I need to kill 2 hours. I'm throwing on The Social Network. All righty. We going for about an hour 15. I'll go for a little bit longer. Keep the questions coming in. We won't go too long today, but thank you guys who have been in here, who have liked, who have, commented, who sent a super chat. Thank you guys so much. Super chat is the way to guarantee that I can get to your question, comment, concern. If you have one that, you really want me to get to and you want to ensure that I get to it, that's the way to go. What are your thoughts on Tales from 85? I have to say I've always been a big Stranger Things fan, but animated stuff isn't my thing. I don't think it'll be the same. Yeah, undeniably, it won't be the same. It won't be. It's still going to be the world of Stranger Things, but it's going to be different. I talked about this a little more earlier in the stream. I'm a little hesitant, but I've kind of come to the point where I'm like, I'm just going to watch this as like a take on Stranger Things. Like, I don't think I'm viewing it through the lens of this can't impact season 1 through 5. Whatever happens with monsters isn't actually happening. It's either a campaign or it is just not canon. It's just taking inspiration from Stranger Things, taking the characters we love, expanding that world, but kind of viewing it almost as like some of the Stranger Things books. How canon are they really? It's like loosely, that's similar, but it's not the same timeline fully, in my opinion. Because it's hard for me to kind of process how these kids could be fighting pumpkin monsters between season 2 and 3 and it never come up. I've watched season 5 the most because I wanted to prove haters wrong, so I kept rewatching it. Well, there you go, dude. I really enjoy season 5. I really do. There were some just crazy levels of hate going around for it for some reason. I would have changed some things, like I said, but no, yeah, it's wild to see how much hate it was getting. So I have been recommended the Lethal Weapon films. They're on my watch list, but I've never actually seen them. I'm familiar with a lot of the famous quotes and moments, but I haven't seen the movies. Thoughts on Fight Club? Shh. I'm kidding. One of Fincher's better movies, not very watchable. I did a project on it in high school, AP Psychology, breaking it down. It got pretty dark. Which Game of Thrones season is the best? No spoilers because I'm on season 5. Season 4 is the best to me. Season 4 and season 6 are my two favorite seasons. And season 6 has, without question, the best 2-episode run of television I've ever seen. The last 2 episodes of that are the best. That's the best 2-episode run of television I've ever seen. I'm not being hyperbolic. That is the best 2-episode run of TV I've ever seen. It is Battle of the Bastards and the Winds of Winter. Just 2 insane episodes back to back. I've never seen anything like it in TV. I have only seen the first 3 episodes of season 2. I wanted to kind of space it out a little bit, so I'm going to watch the rest soon, but I have 5 episodes of One Piece season 2 left to watch. I'm on the fence about if I'm going to watch the Super Mario Galaxy movie because I don't love the first one, but we'll see. I might end up seeing it. I have seen Little Women 2019, great film. I own it on Blu-ray technically. I have a feeling Sadie Sink's going to be Jean Grey. You got to go big with Sadie. You got to go big. What's your favorite Funko Pop that you won? That I own, I think is what this means to say. Ooh, good question. I have some fun ones. I'm looking, my light is blinding me. I quite like pretty much any of the Back to the Future ones I own. I have a shelf displayed of them down there. I have Marty with like from not season 3, from the third movie with his Clint Eastwood get up on. I have like the Back to the Future Part 2 one with like his rainbow looking hat. And then I have 2 signed pops as well that I got signed from those, which is the common pops. So I would say probably the Back to the Future ones are some of my faves, honestly. But I'll go a few more minutes here, probably 2 or 3 more minutes. So fire off any last minute questions. I'll answer a couple more and we'll call it a stream. It was a fun one though. I'm glad the chat worked. Last time I tried to stream, it was all funky for some reason, but I'm glad we're back. Sorry I missed your previous attempts, but I have not seen Camp Cretaceous and Chaos Theory. I honestly don't really care for some of the Jurassic World films. Jurassic Park, I think, is by far the best movie from the series. Then nothing else ever reaches that height. But I am aware these animated shows exist. It's interesting, though. Are they canon, or is it kind of like a Stranger Things Tales from 85 thing? I have not seen Lost. I think I know spoilers for Lost, and so I've kind of avoided it for that reason, and I heard that the ending is controversial in a sense, and so I've avoided it because of that, but I've never actually seen Lost. What's your favorite Lego set that is not Stranger Things? I own a Indiana Jones one. It's the temple from the first film, from the opening with the fertility idol. I own that. It's a very fun one. I had a different version of it as well when I was a kid. Probably Indiana Jones ones that I own. Yeah, I'd say those. I've never seen The Mentalist, but I'm aware of it. I have seen Teen Wolf. We're talking the TV show, right? I've seen it all. I watched it in 2023 from like August to October, and then I watched the movie. Thoroughly enjoy the show. It definitely has some weak seasons, but the highs of Teen Wolf, I think like the first 3 seasons it is maybe. First 2 or 3 seasons of that show are really enjoyable. I do think Sadie Sink will win an Oscar one day. I love the Brainer Day trailer as well. It was a banger. It was a banger. They're canon and connected. Okay, interesting. The Jurassic shows. Very cool. Favorite scene from the Brainer Day trailer has to be when Punisher shows up and he tries to run over Spidey, and then Spidey like shoots him in the mouth with his web and shuts him up. That was awesome. Have you seen Prison Break? I haven't. Same thing. I've heard it's got a really bingeable first season that kind of declines in quality as you progress, which scares me. That kind of makes me hesitant when it comes to starting a show. Top 5 Stranger Things characters. We'll go Hopper. We'll go Steve. We'll go Dustin, Max, and Robin. Chris, you talked about how TV shows need to move out seasons quicker, and I agree. Like Percy Jackson shows moving at that pace. I agree. Percy Jackson is like literally, it should be the template for TV right now, where they are cranking out shows like that. And it's like, it's not like they're rushing through filming. I'm not saying that I think it's the greatest show ever or anything like that, but they're relatively faithful to the books from what I gather. And they have a fan base, and they are getting a season out pretty much every year, at least every calendar year. Season 1, I think, premiered at the end of 2023, went to like February or January of 2024. Then you had a little bit of a break, but then in 2025, you got the second season in December, and then the third season's coming out at the end of this year. So it's like they're kind of moving. I don't understand why shows that aren't huge productions take as long. Best musical scene from the Pitch Perfect trilogy, the end of the first movie for sure, when the I've got the magic in me, that one, that comes to mind at least. Did you see the Brainer Day trailer promotion with the multiple clips? I saw about 3 or 4 of those, and then I muted my Twitter notifications, so I didn't see the rest. I saw one of him, swinging with a guy under his arm, one of him collapsing out of exhaustion, and one of him like catapulting off the roof. Do I think Daredevil will make an appearance in Brainer Day? Potentially. He was in No Way Home. You know what I mean? I feel like that anything is possible. I feel like any vigilante could show up. If Punisher's there, Daredevil could certainly make a cameo as well. That's kind of what I gather. My nose, I'm about to sneeze bad. Trying not to. Super 8, you always mention it. Shout out you. I got to watch that movie. But no, I think we're pretty much caught up in the chat. So I think we're going to call it a stream here. It was a fun one, guys. Thank you so much for joining here on this Wednesday evening. Went for almost an hour and a half. It was good to be back. It had been too long. I'm trying to do more streams. I enjoy this, building this community and talking with you guys. So I'll probably try and stream more frequently than I have been so far this year. So stay tuned for updates on when I'll stream next on the community tab, of course. But I actually got lots of fun content coming your way. Stay tuned for that on YouTube. I've changed the way I do TikToks. I'm really enjoying it creatively. I feel refreshed. I'm more pleased with the quality of those videos I'm putting out, and so I've changed that up. So I have more TikToks, Instagram Reels, and Shorts coming out in a new and refurbished way, a new revamp, if you will. So I've got those coming out, videos, lots of other stuff. Stay tuned for it all. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a good year so far. I'm looking forward to what's to come. Lots to be excited about. And thank you guys for being members of this community. Thank you for your support. If you sent a super chat, if you liked, commented, any of that stuff, truly does mean the world. But hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. I'm going to go watch some more of The Boys. I'm on my rewatch, like I said. So looking forward to finishing out season 1 tonight, probably. But that does it. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. And until next time, see you guys later.